The regular season this year wasn't up to par to say the least. Every team was hit by injuries for one of their main players or hit by health and safety protocols. But take my word for it, the Western Conference playoffs is going to be one of the greatest of all time. I believe this bracket has the highest potential upsets and is the most star-studded since the early 2000s. Now I'd like you to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like my content and you haven't subscribed for whatever reason. Okay, let's go by matchup. First up, the 4 versus 5. Clippers versus Mavericks. So the Clippers have basically pulled off the greatest mini tank to avoid the Lakers side of the bracket, and I'm not going to hear otherwise. And now we're going to face a rematch against the Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers are a terrible matchup for the Mavericks. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard have as good of a chance as anyone to guard Luka in the league, though Luka did cook them last year. When the game is on the line and it's mano to mano with both teams' best scorers, the best player usually gets the better of the other. And I believe Luka Doncic on any given night can be the best player in the game. He's averaging 28.2 points per game, 8.7 assists per game, and 8 rebounds per game on 48, 35, 70 splits. He's a 6-7 point guard on offense who has a usage of 36%. Basically, everything runs through him. He's a ball dominant player with a ridiculous passing machine. He's one of the best playmakers in the league, and his size and strength help him overpower defenders. He's faster than big end defenders and stronger than the smaller ones. He's an amazing isolation scorer who has improved his 3-point shooting to 35% this year. Double teaming him is asking for trouble due to how genius of a playmaker he is. I'm sure the Mavericks are going to come back strong this year. The Mavericks were very close to beating the Clippers last year. They were a Porzingis injury away from winning. Porzingis, he's going to be the X factor for the Mavericks. His health might as well be the determining factor for the series. Luka has the potential to be the best player in the series. I'm not ensuring that he will, but I do say he has the potential to be. And the team with the best player has the best chance at winning. Though I do pick the Clippers to win this series due to them having two of the best three players in the series and a ridiculous offensive season while getting reps with one another and having Rondo who helps rotating the ball and does help in a great locker room guy. The Mavericks have the best chance to beat dark horses in the Western Conference. Second up, the Nuggets vs the Trailblazers. This is going to be a very exciting series. Damian Lillard and Nikola Jokic were MVP lead runners for a lot of the season until Dame got injured and went into a slight slump. The Nuggets have lost arguably their second best player in Jamal Murray. Though they still have been the best team since the trade deadline, this loss is massive. The Blazers, on the other hand, are also coming into the playoffs being 10-2 in the last 12. Both the teams aren't very great on defense but are amazing on offense. The Blazers have a top 3 backcourt in the league with Norman Powell playing the 3 in Dame and CJ. CJ is having a career year for the Blazers and almost made an all-star game, averaging 23 points per game this season. Dame, on the other hand, was an all-star and is going to be an all-NBA player, averaging a ridiculous 28 and 8 on 45, 39 and 92 efficiency. He carried the team for a lot of the season when CJ went down due to injury. The Blazers went on a slump this season in the middle and nearly fell into the play-in due to that. The reason the Blazers are only 6th seed this year is their defense. They are one of the worst defenses of all time and can't guard a thing. They signed Robert Covington, one of the best off-ball defenders in the league, and Derrick Jones Jr. hoping to better their defense, but it hasn't worked out very well. They're still the second worst defense in the league. They have no one who can competently guard Jokic. To be fair, no one in the league can. Though Nurkic is a big body, I really doubt how well he can hold up against the MVP. Michael Porter Jr. has broken out this season and is one of the league's best scorers. He's according to me a top 5 off-ball player in the league and can shoot over anyone in the league. Though the Blazers are a bad defense, Robert Covington is one of the league's best off-ball defenders. He isn't a great on-ball, but is an exceptional off-the-ball defender. I do expect him to give Porter trouble, but in today's NBA, great offense beats great defense any day, and that might end up being the case. The Nuggets defense, on the other hand, isn't that great either. Though they are rated 12th best in the league, they really don't have a lockdown defender except for maybe Aaron Gordon. Their backcourt is one of the worst in the NBA right now with Jamal Murray being out. They might be starting Will Barton, who hasn't played the last 13 games of the season, Facundo Campazzo, who's like a solid irritating player, or Austin Rivers, who's been very inefficient since signing with the Nuggets. None of them can give trouble to Dame or CJ. Though Jokic has improved as a defender this season, I don't know if he can handle a million pick and rolls coming to him with two of the best players scoring. I do expect Gordon to switch on to one of these two if they're really unstoppable, but I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make as he can guard only one of these two at once. Both the teams will be fighting till the end of games, and I expect this series to go to 6 or 7. But what I believe gives the Trailblazers the edge in this series is their on ball creation and the on ball creation of the Nuggets. In the clutch, you really need an on ball creator. As exceptional as MPJ has been since Murray's injury, he isn't nearly the shot creator Murray was with the ball. The two-man game, which is nearly unstoppable and is run a million times in the clutch for the Nuggets between Jokic and Murray, will be dearly missed. And with this series about to be a closely fought one, I have to give it to the team with the best clutch player in the league. Damian Lillard's Trailblazers in 7. Moving on, we have the Suns versus Lakers. I really feel bad for the Suns, man. I really do. They had one of the best regular season records in the league, led by Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and I really look forward to seeing how far they can go in the playoffs with the score. Don't get me wrong, the Suns will take this to maybe 6 or 7, but the Lakers are winning this. As great as their wing defenders in Torrey Craig, Mikal Bridges, Jerick Crowder, and Cam Johnson have been this season, they're not stopping LeBron James. Anthony Davis should have a field day in the post and in the paint and should put Ayton in foul trouble, which will leave the Suns with no paint defense. And with the Lakers having the best big man rotation in the league and LeBron who does a lot of his work inside the paint, this is without a doubt the Suns' worst matchup in the entire Western Conference. Paul and Booker have arguably been the best backcourt in the league this season, as the Nets backcourt haven't played many games together and the Blazers backcourt have had their own injury trouble. Both of them have been exceptional all season long and have led the Suns to a 50-win season in a shortened season. Ayton has taken a massive jump defensively and has been a great pick and roll partner for Paul. Bridges, Cam, Crowder and Craig have all been solid at the 3-and-D role at the wing position. But it's the West favorites Lakers and LeBron James. I really wouldn't be surprised if this ended up being a long series, but I would be surprised if the 2 seed upsetted the 7 seed. Still, this should be a very entertaining series. Lakers in 6. Also check out my videos about the Suns for more in-depth analysis about this team. The last matchup, the Utah Jazz versus the young Grizzlies. Firstly, I have to get this out of the way. I really hoped Stephen Curry and the Warriors would have won this playing game so that this would have been a more interesting series. By no means am I discrediting Jazz's amazing performance in the Grizzlies win yesterday, but I don't see them making this a very competitive series. The Grizzlies are young and are making the playoffs with their core for the first time. Ja will benefit both from these playoff reps, and I'm looking forward to that one Ja Morant game where his exceptional play gives the Grizzlies their one win. He's my personal favorite player, but come on, the Jazz are the best record in the league for a reason. The Grizzlies are at a great 3-point shooting team, and with Gobert guarding the paint for the Jazz, it'll be a really tough matchup for them and to get their shots. And on the other hand, the Jazz are the best 3-point shooting team in the league, which isn't a great matchup for the Grizzlies. I could see the Grizzlies winning game 1 as they're off 2 exceptional playing games, and as Mitchell will be playing his first game after a while. He will be rusty on the day, and I could see the Grizzlies winning the game. Anyways, Jazz and 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe for more content and do check out my Eastern Conference preview if you haven't already.